Welcome to the mat. Today we have a short flow designed for waking up the body when we get up in the morning. So recommended props would be a couple of blocks, maybe a blanket if you like to pad your knees. This one practice can be done from your bed if that's where you're at, or if you have a mat rolled out. So we're going to be super gentle, we're going to stay low to the ground, and we're just going to wake up and twist out the body. So we're going to begin reclining. So if you're already in bed, maybe you've got a pillow under your head. If you're on the floor, maybe you use that blanket. Now we start by just laying there and taking a moment and having a hand on our heart, a hand on our belly. And begin to just breathe. Several breaths in, feeling the chest expand, the belly expand. Full, complete exhales, feeling the body soften. It does not matter where our legs are right now. Your legs can be bent with the knees touching together. Your legs can be out long. We're just connecting with the breath, connecting with ourselves. And as you breathe here, I want you to think about one bad habit or unhealthy thought pattern that you want to release from your life. It could be anything as simple as nail biting or swearing or skin picking. It doesn't matter what it is. Just one small thing that you feel impacts you negatively that you want to leave behind. With each exhale, imagine that habit or thought pattern leaving your body. Now I want you to bring to mind a good habit or something that you want to replace this bad habit with, or thought pattern. So perhaps you chose to no longer talk bad about yourself or talk yourself down. You would replace that with saying phrases of love and kindness to yourself. If your habit was nail biting, you change it to holding a mudra with your hands. But you want to replace the negative with something positive. So anytime you catch yourself doing the thing that you want to discourage, you're replacing it with something that's positive. As you continue to breathe here, imagine with each inhale, you're bringing in that new positive thought process or habit or action. And with each exhale, the thing you want to release is leaving you. We start to get our body moving. Walk those feet in towards the body if they're not there already. Coming into a bridge prep pose. Hands can stay on the chest and belly if it feels good, or hands can come down by your sides. Just begin to rock the legs gently side to side, pairing this movement with your breath. Inhaling as the legs come up to center, exhaling as they tick over to the side. And we're just gently letting the body wake up. We're not forcing the legs to go farther than they want to. We're keeping the shoulders firmly planted on our surface, but yet the hip pops up a little. We're just noticing how this feels. Coming back to center, hug both of those knees into your chest. And first, just gently rock side to side a little. And then as it feels good to you, perhaps you begin to really hug those legs into the chest, peeling the head and shoulders off the mat. And still just rocking side to side a bit. Coming back to center, relaxing on down, bringing right knee onto that left thigh. Begin to press that leg open. Just take a few breaths here. Let that right leg cross over the left, finding whatever leg cross this works for you. We're coming into a reclining eagle pose. That right leg is on top of the left knee. So as we wrap our arms around our body, our right elbow crosses underneath the left. We give ourselves a hug. Our arms come to our shoulder blades. Take a moment here, noticing how we feel. And this is beautiful if this is where you are. If you want to add on, maybe you bring those hands and wrap those hands around together. Noticing the sensation here of making that eagle shape. Taking an inhale as we lift the elbow packet away from the body. And as we exhale, begin to draw the elbows and the knees together. Peel the shoulders up. Inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath. 3 more of these to your own pace, your own breath. For a total of about 5. Release. Open those arms up wide. Let the arms come into a goalpost. Arms release the legs. Let the feet come a little bit wider than the hip width apart. And then windshield wiper out those hips, dropping them to one side, letting the opposite hip pop up. And over to the other side. We're going to take this back and do that on the left side. So bringing that right foot into the midline, the left ankle crosses onto that right knee, and gently begin to press into that left hip, just starting to wake things up a little bit. Noticing how you're feeling. And releasing that knee, letting the legs cross. Finding what this cross looks like for you. Maybe the knees are stacked, maybe you're still slightly in the figure 4, or if you really want to take it tighter, perhaps this foot wraps around that calf. And then as we inhale, We sweep those hands, left elbow crosses underneath right. We give ourselves that hug once again. Take a few breaths here and notice how the shoulders feel. Notice how the upper back feels. And if this is where you want to stay, that's perfect, that's beautiful. If you wish to add on, go ahead and cycle those arms into eagle arms. Find that tension through the upper shoulders and the back. And as we inhale, we lift that elbow packet up. And as we exhale, curling in, knee touches elbows, inhale back. Exhale, crunch it in. 3 more to your own pace, your own breath for a total of 5. Resting back down, opening those arms up once again, unfurling those legs, take the feet, walk them wide, and drop them over to one side or the other. Windshield wiper out those hips. Heel tone those feet back in. Feet are now in line with the hips. Walking in as close to as feels comfortable for you. The knees should be over the ankles. And taking a few breaths here as we bring our hands down by our sides. As we inhale, arch the spine up towards the ceiling. And as we exhale, flatten that spine down. Inhaling to arch. Exhaling, flattening. Do about 3 more of these to your own pace, your own breath. And now adding on to that motion as we inhale, we arch through the spine. Exhale, flatten down. Inhale, squeeze the glutes and lift the spine up into our bridge. Exhaling down. Inhaling, arching. And flattening. Inhaling, lifting. Exhale, lower. Continue on 1 more round. And then back to stillness. Maybe heel toe those feet out just a little bit so that the legs can rest. Feel the upper body rest and just notice sensations in your body for a moment. Letting those knees fall over to one side or the other, gently roll over to your favorite side and press yourself up to seated. Find your most comfortable seat for a moment. Let this be however you wish the legs to cross. Pick up those shoulders, roll them back and down. And notice how you're seated. Notice the sensations in the body. Think about shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, and just take a moment. And as we inhale, arch through the spine, let the gaze come up. As we exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin down to the chest into a seated cat pose. Inhaling through to cow. Exhaling into cat. Take several more of these to your own pace. your own breath. If you wish to add on and add some arms as you inhale, sweep the arms open wide. And as we exhale, round through, touch the fingertips together. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, rounding. On our next inhale, we sweep our hands on up towards the sky. Stretch through those fingertips. And as we exhale, taking a lateral bend to the left, left hand reaches down, right hand up and overhead. Inhale, sweep those hands. Exhale, taking a twist. Left hand finds right knee, right hand now behind us. And take a few breaths here. Inhale, sweep those hands on up. And exhale, take this lateral bend to the right this time. Right hand down, left hand reaches. Inhale, sweep those hands on up. And as we exhale, take that twist over to the left this time. Right hand finds left knee, left hand down behind us. Inhale, coming back to center. Now letting yourselves come to a kneeling posture into our table. Like I said, this is accessible from bed. If you're doing this from the bed, it's just a little squishy. If you're doing this on the floor, you may want to pad your knees. And swishing the hips side to side just a bit. Find that nice table shape. Arch through the spine, inhaling as we look up, dropping the belly. Pause here for a moment and feel what this stretch feels like. Feel the areas that this generates tension. On our next exhale, we tuck the tail, we round through the spine, press into the hands, draw the belly button in. Cat pose again. Hold this for a moment and notice the sensations in the body here. And then moving through a few rounds of cat-cow to your own pace, your own breath, pausing in areas where you feel like you need a little bit of extra love. I'm really feeling sinking into this cow and opening through the front of the body at the moment. But then also countering that with the sensations of the cat pose. Coming back to stillness, coming back to center, moving our right hand slightly in front of the face. Inhale, sweep the left hand up, stretch through those fingertips. Exhale, sweep that hand under and down and come to lay down on that shoulder, finding a thread the needle shape. Yogi's choice, what you do with your upper arm. You can keep it close to you. You can extend it out long, or if it feels like you can play with a bind. Coming out of this shape, planting right hand back underneath right shoulder. Press into that hand, send the left hand up towards the sky. Stretch through the shoulders. Float that hand on down. Take this over to the other side. Left hand comes slightly in front of the face. Inhale, sweep right hand on up. Exhale, sweep it under and through. Thread the needle, come to lay down on that shoulder. Once again, playing with your arm option of choice. You can extend that arm out. You can keep it close. Or if it feels like you, playing with that bind. Coming back to center. Bringing left hand down. Inhale, coming on up. Work it out a little bit. Retest your alignment. And here's where having a block or a pillow might be a nice thing. Bringing that block or pillow or something to rest on into play. We're going to take our right leg long back behind us. Press into that heel for a moment. Take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, bring that knee in towards center and come to lay down into a pigeon shape. If you have really tight hips, you're welcome to explore this on your back. But we're going to bring that block or that pillow into play, and we're going to come and rest on it for a moment. Noticing the sensation of what it feels like and what you're feeling in those hips. Pressing in, coming back to center, bending into that back knee as we return back to a table. Shift the hips side to side or give yourself some nice big hip circles and noticing the differences in between the right and the left side. Back to center. Inhale, sweeping left leg long back behind us. Press through that heel. Take a moment to stretch that leg. Inhale, take that leg nice and long. Exhale, bring that knee in towards center and come to find pigeon on this side. Extend back that opposite leg. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, come on down. Coming up, moving that block out of the way. Bending into that back knee, returning back to that table. Let yourself take whatever counter movements feel good. Those can be those cat-cows, those hip circles. Let it be your own. Returning back to a seat. Coming into a hero pose for a moment. Sitting on our knees. We can always sit on a cushion if we need to here. We're going to work a little bit on internal rotation. So shift your weight over to the side and let those feet or those legs come to where they make a square. So in front of you, your left shin is at 90 degrees. Off to the side, your right shin is at 90 degrees. And we're going to turn to face that right shin, find a little bit of length in the spine. And as we exhale, hinge and rock forward. This may be a very subtle movement. But noticing the sensations that this makes in that right leg. Inhale, returning back to center. Pick up that right leg and cross it over the left, coming into a cow face leg. So our knees are stacked, right leg is on top. Find some length in through the spine. So we inhale, sweep right hand on up towards the sky. Exhaling, dropping that hand down. Left hand comes up to find that elbow and begins to draw it down. This feels good and you want to stay right here, stay right here. If you wish to add on and play with that bind, you can reach the left hand back down and see if you can connect those fingers. Take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, hinge forward just a bit. Inhaling back on up, releasing those hands, stretch those fingers out nice and wide, take a deep breath in. Exhale, float those hands on down. Use your hands to guide the knees, take them a little wide. Windshield wiper out those hips. I'm going to take this action over to the other side. So this time, right leg is going to be parallel in front of you. Left leg is going to be parallel off to the side of you. Find length in the torso. Turn to face towards that left leg. Take that deep breath in, and as we exhale, begin to hinge over that leg just a little bit. Notice the areas that you're feeling sensations in this leg. Inhale, coming on up, returning back through center, picking up left leg, going ahead and crossing it over right, finding those cow face legs once again, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, sweeping left hand up, drop that hand down between the shoulder blades, right hand comes up, finds that elbow, we begin to pull that hand on down. This feels good, stay right here. If you want to play with that bind, take that opposite hand out, thumb points down, reach back. See how it feels to connect those fingers. Wherever you're at is perfect. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, returning back to center. Release those arms, stretch those fingers out. Exhale, float it down. Releasing the legs, taking them wide. A little windshield wiper of the hips. And bringing your legs out long, straightening through the knees, twist the toes up towards our face, taking an inhale, and as we exhale, sweeping hands on up towards the sky, reach as far as we can, come on down. You have an option here to put a little micro bend in the knees if you need it. Maybe you grab a block to connect the forehead down. Maybe you stack some pillows there. Just take several breaths. Inhale, roll yourself on up. Pick up the shoulders, roll them back and down. And take a moment to adjust yourself into whatever your most comfortable seat is. Sitting up nice and tall, picking up the shoulders, rolling them back and down. Bring a hand to the heart, hand to the belly. Connect back with that breath. Think back to those habits that we identified at the beginning of our practice. The thing that is not serving us that we wish to let go of, and the thing that we wish to cultivate more of in our life. It's going to replace the thing we need to let go of. Inhaling, drawing in that a new positive habit, behavior, or thought. And as you exhale, sending away the thing that does not serve you. Inhaling, drawing in what you need. Exhaling, letting it go. Continue breathing here in full, complete inhales and exhales, bringing in as much as you can, welcoming in those positive changes. And as you exhale, releasing what no longer serves you. Thank yourself for waking your body up with a little bit of movement today. Thank yourself for doing your best and showing up for yourself and for your practice. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you be peaceful and at ease. Have a wonderful day.